Are
Okay.
brokers on your side? Listen, both of us broker laundromats here. Are brokers on your side, or are they just trying to make a sale?
I'd interview my broker. How long you been in the business? Have you ever owned a laundromat? How many have you sold? Have you ever built one from new? Have you ever done a projection? I want to find out a little bit about my broker, because there are some brokers in this industry that just came over from the residential side and said, hey, I can make 10% on those laundromats. And boy, I can make a lot of money. And it's like, okay, well, what are you doing? What are you bringing to the table that the other guy isn't bringing to the table? And so, are brokers on your side? God, I hope so. But I would interview them and find out how long you've been in the business. And the guys that have been in the business for a little bit and have been around and they're seasoned, they're going to be looking out to make sure that, that you're going to get the good side of the deal. Some states, California is one of them, has dual agency. I can represent both buyer and seller. Other states, you can just represent the buyer, you can just represent the seller. So, find out, are you representing the seller too? And I would probably look at, say, maybe I need to get a buyer's broker.
Can I run my opinion? I'm curious.
Yes.
This is what I've been telling people, and I'm curious your thoughts on this. So,
Okay.
For those of you who know my story, like, I've been burned by brokers multiple times now. Again, I just want to caveat, like, I broker deals here in California, not super often anymore, but I do broker deals here in California. So, with that said, I think a broker can be a great resource. And I think interviewing the broker, exactly all the things Andy just said, like, I think a broker can be a great resource. However, a broker's job is to facilitate the deal and to get the deal happen ultimately, right? And should they be helping you? Yes. Should they, do they have fiduciary duty to make sure everybody's being taken care of adequately? Yes. Does that happen? Probably once a week or every other week, Andrew and I have a phone call just to complain about brokers and how frustrating it is, because there's no accountability for brokers hardly at all. Right. And so does that happen? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. My perspective on this is I almost don't matter. Like, a lot of my early content, I was like, listen, I know what a good broker looks like. If you're trying to find a good broker, let me help you find one as a buyer. My advice on this has changed now. And I say, especially in this market, it almost doesn't matter who the broker is anymore. Go find the good deal. Doesn't matter if the broker's a good broker, a bad broker. It doesn't matter if they're just a dirty, rotten scoundrel or a liar. Find the good deal. That's what's hard to find right now. And then have somebody whose income does not depend on you buying that deal helping you along the way. Somebody like an Andrew. Again, not to keep pushing that, but that option is available for you, which is incredible in my opinion. Have somebody like an Andrew or an experienced owner, or somebody like, or a broker that you pay outside of the deal just to be a consultant, something like that, where they're going to make their few $100 or few $1,000 or whatever it ends up being, whether you buy the deal or not, so that they can tell you, ask these questions. What about this? Look at these red flags. I don't think you should buy this deal, or this deal looks good. Let's move forward with it. Things are looking great. And so for me, what I've been telling people, and I loved your input on this, the broker almost doesn't matter as a buyer. Go find the deal and then have somebody else in your corner. The broker can still be a great resource,
right?
But have somebody else in your corner that is going to be like a consultant. For example, Andrew is not going to get consulting calls if he's not helping people achieve their goals by buying laundromats, by helping them build up their laundromats and optimize them and build their empires. If word starts getting around that Andrew's taking advantage of people, he's not going to get any more consulting clients. He's not going to get any more laundromats for sale as a broker, all that stuff. Right. So having somebody like him in your corner is a no-brainer for me, because in my, I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of consulting calls over the last few years. Literally, I did 3 today already this week, and I took yesterday off because it was a holiday, right? Like, I'm doing multiple consulting calls a day. I can't tell you how many shady things I've seen brokers try to pull